Welcome to the part 2, that is the modeling aspect. Alright, so after creating the part, okay, we open Cinema 4D. In this lesson I'm using Cinema 4D 2023 version. Okay, alright, so let me go and then import the part that we just created in Illustrator here. Alright, then let's start the modeling process. Okay, there are two options that you can do it. It's either you go to File and then you go to Merge Projects. Okay, locate where your path is, where you save your path, then select the Illustrator file and click on Open. When this pop-up menu appears, just leave it as default, or I don't know what version you are using, but make sure you select your group spine is checked. Okay, and then the scale is 1 centimeters. Okay, connect spines, leave it unchecked, and then hit OK. Okay, you're gonna have something like this. Okay, and this part is our layer panel. Okay, this contains all our files. All right, okay, let me show you the other option. The other option is to locate where your file is. Okay, like this one, this is the file, drag and drop it. This pop-up menu will come, and then be sure you have the same settings as we did for the merge one. Okay, group spines, scale to 1 centimeters, and then okay, just like this. Okay, at the top here, this one is to know the front and back, how you can move projects around, and this one is to scale, either to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, and this one is to see the rotation, how you can rotate your scene. Okay, all right, and there is a shortcut for it. The first one, that is the move. That one is 1. You can hold the number 1 on your keyboard, and then you can move around just like this. And then the second one, that is the scale. That one you can hold 2 on your keyboard. Okay, to scale it in or out, like zooming in and out. Okay, just like this. And then the third one, that is the orbit. All right, that one you can use letter your 3 on your keyboard, hold 3, the number 3 on your keyboard, while you can do it just rotation like this. Okay, yeah, so that is it. Okay, so let us center this one by selecting all the group here. All right, then let us center it just like this. Okay, so to get accurate, let us select this one and then just center it just like this. I think this is centered. Okay, and then one thing, to avoid any distraction like the lines and those stuffs, yeah, in this scene, let us go to filter. Okay, let's go to the filter, and then for the viewpoint, or the view, yeah, for the viewport. Okay, for the viewport, make sure you select the work plane. Okay, the work plane, select that one, and then to get rid of those lines. Okay, and then where axis. Okay, just deactivate that one too, so you can get this nice skin right here. Okay, but before, let us center this one. Okay, before we hide those wheelers. Okay, all right, for this Cinema 4D, this current version, okay, there are some stuff that has been hidden, like where you can center this one automatically by just entering the numerics. All right, so for me to do this one, I had the old version, or in Cinema 4D. After you install this current version, when you go to Windows and then you go to Program Files and then Cinema 4D, and you go to that is the library, okay, and then go to the layouts. All right, you see the old and the new. That's the layout, the interface here. Okay, so we can select, can come here, that's the old interface. Okay, then you can just copy this one, the standard. Okay, then come back right here, and then you can just paste it right here. Okay, or better still, you can just come to here, that's the plus sign, like this, and then you click on load layouts, and then here paste that old version here, then you select it and click on the open, and then you get the old interface here. So that is it. Okay, for me, I've loaded there already, so all that I'm gonna do is to just click on that one, that is this. Okay, so I can get this interface down here. Okay, so I'll just select the consumer week, and then I can come here and type in 0 and this one to 0, so that this one go to the center straight away. All right, just like that. Okay, and then after creating this one, all that I'm gonna do is go back to that's the new version, because I like that one, it gives me more space, all right, than the old version. Okay, so let's get rid of those axes, just like this. Yeah, so we get our nice space, working space. So let us increase the size. So select the group here. All right, either you hold T on your keyboard. Okay, just look at the green and then the red arrows. After you hold the T, you see the angle just change. So just come to this side here, so drag it upward just like this to increase the size of the group or the part. Okay, scroll down to zoom it out, hold T to increase it just like this. Okay, all right, just like this. I think this is enough. Okay, you can hold T while you do that, or just come here. Okay, the tools layer that says scale, this one, you can just come and select this one and then just do it. All right, okay, okay, so now we are done with that process. The next step, or what we are going to do next, is to just, this one, click and then hold shift, click on this one, and then right click, and then click on the connect object plus delete. What it's going to do is it's going to merge this together and then delete the actual outline. All right, so we do the same thing to this one. So select this one, hold shift while you select this one, to right click and then delete. Okay, this one is already made together, so we do it only for this E, and then the letter R, then the O. So like we did for the E, select that one and this one too, and then delete, merge and delete, and this one to do it the same thing to this one too, and then delete, just like this. Okay, so after we are done with this one, you see, we are done with this. All that we are going to do is to merge them together. All right, so select this one while you hold shift, click on this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. All right, but as you see, the interval between here and here isn't that equal. So let me select this one too and bring this one a little bit right here, just like this. Okay, now we can do it. Select the U, the dollar sign, and then N, and then the O plus the C. right click, and then connect object plus delete. So you get this one. We do the same thing for this one, all right, and then this one, right click, connect plus the connect object plus delete. All right, we do the same thing to this one, this, and then this one, right click, connect object plus delete, and then that is it. Get this thing. So whatever you are working on 3D on any project, make sure you save it. All right, you don't know what's gonna happen. All right, so let me just save it just in case. Okay, the next step is to expand this one. Okay, select this part, hold shift while you select this one too, and then bring it up just like this. Okay, you are making it stand alone. All right, this one is like it has been grouped, so we are making it stand alone. So just like this, and then like this, like this. What we are going to do next is to group them. Okay, so you know where and easy to locate whatever file we want or whatever layer we want. So we start with this one, that's the background, this one. Okay, but if you notice something, after I selected this one, you see this one is separate from this one. Okay, like this. We will do it exactly like we did to the letter E and then the letter R. So select this one, hold shift while you select this one too. So we want to merge them together. All right, so that is it. Select both, and what we're gonna do is to right click and then connect object plus delete, so we get a single layer on that one too. All right, so the next step is to group them. So I'll select this one, hold Alt while you click on the G. In more or in other softwares, to group object is Control G. By in Cinema 4D, to group object you need to click on Alt plus G. Okay, so that's what I did. So I will name this one like the let me call this one BG, like the background. All right, now you can name it whatever you want, that will help you remember. Okay, so I'll select this one, that is the first one, that is it here, right here. Okay, you see this one and this one, they are all together but they are in different like steps. Okay, so I'll select both of them just like this, then Alt G to group them, and then I'll call this one the con. Okay, and then this one is the week. Okay, and then this one is the background, so I'll select the week and its background, and then I'll group them just like this, and I'll call this one the W for the week. Okay, and this one I'll just group it like G, and I'll call it BG2. Okay, and then left with this and this, so I'll call this one, I'll select both of them, and then I'll call this one the sign. Okay, just for me to remember. So the next step is for us to do the modeling. So we are done grouping them. All right, the next step is to start the modeling process. All right, so we will start from the that's the background first. To get more focus on what you are modeling, it's best to hide the rest of the layers. Okay, so if you see every layer have two dots, the one at the top and a down, so we will be working on this one, that is the background BG. So the rest, let us hide them by double clicking on this up icon, just like to turn it red. That means we have hide it. Okay, just like this, so we can focus on this only. Okay, that's the background first. Okay, so let us start by modeling that one too. First of all, select the path and then the intermediate point, just change it to uniform. All right, that's the first step. Okay, after you're done with that one, okay, we are going to add an extrusion. Okay, so here that says the subdivision surface, click it while you hold, like left click while you hold it. All right, for this pop-up menu to come, and then that's the extrude version here. That's the extrude. Hold Alt while you click on the extrude. Okay, but first make sure the part is selected. Okay, so the reason is to get this thing already. Okay, like this part that we selected will clip into this extrude object. Okay, that's the reason why I hold Alt while I click on that one, so I'll get this effect. Okay, let me turn it in for you to see it well. So that is it. So select the extrude, and then when you come to the extrude, that's the extrude object here. Come to the object here, that's the offset. That's where you're going to type in how amount you want the extrude to go. Okay, so for this one, let's go with, let me be 10 and see. Yeah, 10 10 10. Let's go with 20 and see. Okay, I think the 20 is okay, so I'll leave it like 20. Okay, the next step is to go to the caps. Okay, the caps, and when you come down here, that's the cap type. Okay, the caps type, change that one to quadrangle. Okay, like this, just like this. Okay, for us to see what we are doing, let's go to the display at the top here and then select on the ground shading. All right, click on that one and then you will see this here. So let me check, it was on here, you see, and then it is not affecting the surface, but we want it to affect all of it, so that's why we change it to this one, so it will affect all this one. Okay, so let us increase the bevel shape. Okay, the bevel shape, make sure it's selected to the round, set to round, and then the caps, start cap and then end caps are all checked. Okay, and let us increase it just like this. Okay, like this. Let us see, just like this. Let's go with maybe 3. Okay, you can change it to anyhow you want it. Okay, so for this one, let's go by 3. Okay, and now let us collapse this one and let us change back to where it was, that's this one. Okay, just like this, so we get this one. Yeah, but to get the smoothness of it, let us add the subdivision layer to it. Okay, so select the extrude, and here is the subdivision surface. Okay, hold Alt, and instead of hold and click and hold, this one we'll click it only once because we just want that effect to apply to the extrude. So hold Alt and then just one click like this, and then you see it has turned to this one. Okay, that's the smoothness here. You can just come here and then increase this one if you don't want it, just like this. But if you can notice there's something going on here. Okay, so let me just come and change it to this, and then here, and then increase this one. Okay, yeah, you see, if when I change it to this one and increase one, you see the one is gone. So let us choose that one, just like this, so you get this nice modeling. Okay, so the next step is to duplicate this subdivision layer that contains all the extrusion, then the path. Okay, for us to achieve, to do more, let us duplicate this one. Okay, So duplicate this one by holding the control and then drag it up or down, whatever you want, till you see the plus sign right there, and then release your mouse, it will duplicate it. But for this one, we don't need the extrusion down this one, so you take the path out of it like this, drag it up, and then we delete the extrusion, the extrude, just like this. What we are going to do is to get something like a gap around this one. So let me hide the first subdivision layer, that is this one. So double click the top right here, then we have this one here. So what we are going to do is to come to this part here, click and hold it to get this one. Then from here you select the sweep. Okay, that's the sweep. Click on it just once, don't mind where it will be, just like here, just leave it that way, and then come up here. Okay, that's a rectangular. You can just click and hold it to get all this here, but we only want this effect, this one, sorry, this one, that's the rectangle. Okay, so click on the rectangle, and then when I zoom it out, you see that's the rectangle, but we want it to be a little more small. Okay, small. So when you come to object properties, just change the settings right here. So let me go with somewhere around, let's say 10. Okay, 10 by 10. You can always come back and change it. Okay, so that is it. We have our shape and then we have our rectangle. So select the rectangle and then select the sweep, drag it down here just like this. Okay, and then select the rectangle and then the parts. Okay, so select the rectangle, hold control and click on the part just like this, and then drag it to this one just like this. Okay, when you see the pointing arrow, the arrow pointing downwards under the sweep, then just release it just like this. So we will achieve this effect right here. Can you see that? Yeah. So now the next thing we're going to do is to select the rectangle here, and when you come to the intermediate points, change from adaptive to uniform, so we will achieve this one. Okay, but for this one you don't want here this edge to be a little big, so what you're going to do is to change that. So select the rectangle, and when you come to the width, let's change the width to maybe 2, or yeah, let's change it to 2. Okay, and then here that's it, this one, check this rounding. Okay, check that one, so you get this rounded effect right here. Okay, we can always come back and change it. Okay, so let me turn it this way. But if you remember, for the extrude, the first one we did, the extrude was something around 20 or so. So that's why we are going to enter here. That's the height here, that's 20. So you go to, let's say we type in maybe 25, just like this, so you get this effect right here. Okay, so you achieve this one. Yeah, and that is it. Let me collapse this and collapse this to save space. So the next step we're going to do is to bring this layer, make this layer visible by clicking the red dot here to make it visible, so we will achieve this effect right here. Can you see? You can see, as you can see right here, see, when I turn it, isn't well centered. So what I'm going to do is to select this one. Okay, that's the last one, and then drag it backwards just like this, and then we can change, select the rectangle, and then we make it 25. So let's go with somewhere 30. Okay, so it will overlap this one just like this. Yeah, I think this one is okay. just like this. You can always adjust it to your liking. Okay, let me increase it like 35. Yeah, so it will be like this one is inside this one, like you can see, just like this. Okay, yeah, now we are done with that one. Let me collapse that one, all the layers. So we are done with the background. So that is it. Like I said, the reason why I left this space right here is that we are going to clip in something there. So what we're going to do here is to come here, that's the cube, click and hold it. So I come here, now select the tyros, okay, the tyros or the tyros, right? Click it to get this rounded here. All we're gonna do is to change the radius just like this, and then the ring segments we can increase it. The pipe you can just make it a little small and then bring it upwards just like this, and then make sure it is well centered with this one just like this. Okay, you can change here the ring radius. Let's go with somewhere around, let's say 25. Now let us increase it like, okay, I think 35 is will be okay. 35. And then the ring segment, the ring segment is the, as you can see, okay, determine the roundness or the softness of the that one. So let us increase it so we get a smooth edges. Okay, and then pipe radius, let us reduce it to, let's say 7. We can always come back and change it. All right, okay, so let me rotate it just like this, and then what you are going to do is to rotate this one so it will intersect with this one. So select the tyros and then come here, that's the rotation. The shortcut is R. Okay, so I'll click on it to have this effect right here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is to rotate it just like this. Okay, just like this, and then I'll rotate it to this side a little bit like this. Okay, all right, and then I'll come back and select the move to. Okay, now I want to change this from 7 to 5. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is to make sure it is where intersect with this one very nicely, just like this. Okay, just like this. I can't even change it. Let me go with, let's see, 6. Yeah, and yeah, that is it. Okay, so that is it. We got our nice. Okay, we can, you can modify it in your way. Okay, all right, you can modify in how or whatever you want it to be. I will just do it like this, a little bit shaped. Okay, just like this. I think I'm okay with this one, just like this. Okay, we can just bring it here, can just place it right here, so it will be part of the background. All right, and then we can just add a subdivision to get very well smoothness on this one too. Okay, so we have this layer. You can just rename them so you won't get confused. Okay, all right, so let me rename this. I'll call this one the ring. Okay, so that's the ring. I'll call it ring, so R for that one, and then this one when I hide it, you see, so I'll call it the middle for the M, the middle, and then this one is the outline, so I'll U or O for outline, just like this. So we are done with this one. Okay, we are done with this one. So the next step is to activate the text. So let me hide this background. We are done with that one, so let's go with the text first. So select the con, okay, that's the consumer, and then activate it just like this. Okay, let me rotate it just like this. Okay, and then yeah, we have it. So the next step is to select it. Let me open it. Select both, just this one too, as we did for the background. Select the path, convert to uniform, change the intermediate point to uniform. Okay, and then the next steps is to just add extrusion. Okay, hold while you click on this subdivision to activate, to get this tools. Locate extrude, hold Alt while you click on it to get this one. Now let's change here the object, okay, to somewhere around, let's say 10, not too big, just a little. Okay, just like this. 10, we can go somewhere 5. Okay, yeah, I think 5 is okay. Okay, not too much, not too big, just a little bit. So the next step is to go to the cap, and from here what we're going to do is to change this one to this one, like we did for the background one. Select this one, and then here make sure you have this one checked. Okay, and then increase this one, and then what we are going to do is to increase the size. Okay, that's the bevelness of it. Just increase it, and then let us increase the segment. Okay, and then increase this one, not that much, just a little. Okay, like 0.6. Okay, and then we get this nice bit. So the next step is what the extrusion is selected. Okay, it's both our extrude is selected. Select both extrude. Okay, and then hold Alt while you click on the subdivision surface. Okay, so you get this smooth edge, this edge here, sorry, edge here. But as you can see here, okay, you can see here it isn't quite right. All right, so let us do a little bit adjustment right here, and then select the subdivision. Okay, and let us increase this side to get rid of those things. Okay, okay, just like this, and then the street can just increase just like this. Okay, yeah, I think we have it right. Yeah, the next step is for us to duplicate this one and bring it backwards. Okay, yeah, so let us do that one too. So duplicate this one, that's the top one. Okay, just like this, holding control, while you drag it up just like this. When you see the plus sign, just release your mouse, then it will be duplicated, and then open it. So let us select the down one and then open it. Select the extrude and come to the settings. That's the caps. From here, that's the bevel. Select, make sure you check the outside, bevel outside, okay, just like this. So rotate it and just select the subdivision and bring this one a bit out, just like this. Okay, just like this, not that much. Okay, and then let us increase the extrusion. Okay, that's the extrude. So select the extrude and then come to the object here. We made it 5, so let's increase it to somewhere around 7. Okay, and then let's bring it down, like out, just like this. Okay, so you have this nice extrusion here, just like this. Okay, and then we will do the same thing for the that's the down one. So we will select both this, and then we will group it, Alt G, and then we call this one the pawn. Okay, and then we do the same thing for this one. All right, this one here, hold Control, drag it up, release mouse, select this down one, that is surface one, open here, click on the plus button to open it, select the extrude, increase the size, that the offset to 7 like we did for the other one. Come to the caps and then bevel, check bevel outside, just like this. Come to the top here, rotate it a little bit so you can find this blue arrow here, this one. Okay, when you find it, come and select the subdivision, that's this one, the down one here, then bring it just like this. Okay, just like this, let it match with this one, that like this one. Okay, and yeah, that is it. So let us select both, group them, and we call it the mer. So we are done with the pawn. Okay, so we are done with this one. Remember to save. Okay, we are done with this one. Let us hide this. Okay, and then the next step is this one. Yeah, that's the let's go with the background too. Okay, that one is very simple. Okay, just simple like we did for the first one. Okay, just select this one here. Okay, select this one. Okay, let it come just like this. Select this path, change the adaptive to uniform, just like this, and then extrude it just like this, Alt like this, change the object, the offset to, let's say 5, just like this. Let's see, let's go by 7, or yeah, let's go 7, just like this. Let's go to the cap. All right, and here let's change this cap type to this one, and then check this one, increase this one a little bit like this. Okay, you can follow the settings, and then here, that's the size, that's the bevel size, that's here. Let us increase it like this, like this. Let's see, yeah, like 0.7. Okay, so after we are done with that one, select the extrude, and then let us add this subdivision surface, Alt while you click on it. Okay, to get that smooth edges right here, just like this. And then the next step is to duplicate this subdivision. Okay, hold Control while drag it up. Okay, select this last one, expand this one, and then expand this one. Bring this type upwards, and then delete the extrude. And then what you're going to do, like we did for the first one. Okay, so this first one, that's this one. Let us hide this by double click on this one, so we work on only this one. So select the path or whatever, this subdivision. Okay, and come here, that's a rectangle. Just just one click like this. So if I zoom out, we will get this one. Change this one to something like 2, and then change this one to something like we did for the other one. We choose 7 for this one. For this one, let's choose somewhere around let's say 9. So you have this here. Okay, and then the next thing is to click and hold on this subdivision to have this choose here. So select this sweep, click on it, and then like we did to the first one, select the sweep and then rectangle, drag them to this here, that's the subdivision surface here. Okay, so we have this all here. So select the path and select the rectangle, then select the path, hold Control and select the rectangle, bring it so you see the pointing arrow, the arrow pointing down, then release the mouse to achieve this effect right here. So select the rectangle right here, and then the roundness here, that's the roundness. All right, we are talking about here, this is the roundness. Just click on roundness, so we have this one here. Okay, and here the rate is too big, so let us reduce it to, let's say 1. Yeah, I think this one is okay. And then collapse this one. Now select this one that we hide it and make it visible so you can see it through, and then let us rotate it. And okay, just like this, and then let us bring this one up. So select this one. Okay, let me rename it. This is the outline. See, that's we just did. So out, and this one is the in. Okay, so select the out, that is this one we just did here, and then bring it in just like this, push it up so it will be like it is inside this one. Okay, so this one, let it intersect it like here. Okay, just like this. But as you can see here, we want it to be more curved right here, so let us select the in and then select the extrude, come to the size here, that's here, and then let us increase the size right here. Okay, just like this, like 1. Okay, and then let's go to the objects and then reduce this one to somewhere 6. Yeah, just like this, and let us see. Yeah, just like that. Okay, just like this. All right, adjust it to your liking. Okay, so just like this, and now I think we are almost done. Okay, we are almost done. So the next step is to activate all what we are done. So click on all the red dots to make all the layers visible. So this one, and this one, and then the sign, that is this one, we work on it later. Okay, so after we did that, you see when I turn it like this, you see this one is inside. So what we are going to do is to select the cone, then bring it up just like this, and then select, that is the here. Okay, that's the background too here, and then just bring it up just like this. Okay, like this, so you achieve this effect right here. Okay, you can increase it like this one. We can increase it by selecting that one, hold T while you drag it to increase the size of it, just like this. Okay, and now here is it. We get our nice extrusion right here. But I left it one thing. Okay, that's the wick here. We didn't do that one, so let's hide it, the rest. Okay, let's hide the background and let us work on the wick. Okay, it's just simple. Okay, so select the wick, that's this one, extrusion. Select that one, or you can just open their part, that's here. Select both of it, change the intermediate point to uniform. Okay, make an extrusion right here, and then hold Alt while you click to make that extrusion. Come to the object right here while the extrude is selected, and let's change this one to somewhere like 3. Okay, you don't want more like much, you don't want much, just a little, or we can just increase it to, let's see, let's go by 5. Okay, just like this. Okay, and now the next step is to, let me collapse this one, select all the extrude, and then come to the cap, change it to this one, make this one, and then increase this one. And then from there, what we are going to do is to increase the bevel. Okay, so just increase it just like this, like here. So let's go by 0.5. Okay, and then all the bevels are selected, hold Alt while you click on the subdivision surface, just like this, to get those round corners just like this. So what we are going to do next is to select the text. Yeah, so here's the text, that's the first one. So let me double click it and select W for the text, and then the background, I'll select B for the background. So I'll select the W for the text here, select, and then I'll bring it up just like this. Okay, all right, you see, so that is it. But it didn't do well because this one is very small. So what you're going to do is to enlarge this one, select the extrude, and then here, that's the bevelness, just reduce the bevel. Okay, maybe just like this, like 0.25. Okay, so we get a nice here, and then let us change the object offset from 5 to somewhere around 3. Okay, and then let us select the W and then bring it up just like this. Okay, it's still big, so select the extrude and reduce it more, like 2. Okay, I don't want it to be much bigger, just small. Okay, and yeah, that is it. Select, that's the W, and then bring it in just like this. Okay, and then yeah, remember to save your project. Okay, each and every time you make a changes, make sure you save it. Okay, so the next step, or what you're going to do next, is work on this one. Okay, this one we'll be using it to spread around the entire thing. So let's just work on this one once. Okay, so let us select both, as we do always, intermediate point to uniform, and then extrude here, Alt, and then collapse this one to save space. Okay, then come to the object, change this one to somewhere around this one, 3, or let's say 5. Yeah, 5 is okay. And then the cap, let's change it to somewhere around 0.3. All right, now select the text and then push it up just like this. Okay, all right, let us reduce the extrusion objects. So locate objects, offset, and type in 3 just like this. Okay, and let us reduce the caps, okay, like 0.2, just like this. Now select both extrude and then add subdivision surface. Hold Alt while you click on it just like this. Let us fix this one. The same thing applies to this one. Let's change this one to this. So that is it. Okay, here is the dollar sign and then the background. Now let us activate all this and then yeah, that is it. We get our nice 3D stamp. Okay, so the next thing or the next lesson will be adding colors and then lights to make it look more realistic. Okay, so check the next lesson.